Track 10.4, Unit 10, Listening 2.
Good morning, class. As I hope you remember, last week we talked about the history of work during the 20th and early 21st centuries. Today, we're going to move into the future and look at 3 developments that will change the way people work in the next 10 to 20 years. The first and most important development is artificial intelligence. This means that computers will have the ability to think and do many tasks that humans used to do. Of course, this is already happening today. For example, when you shop or do your banking online. And this trend will most likely continue in the future. According to one study, 47% of all the jobs in the United States will change because of computers. Some of these changes will be positive. For example, boring or dangerous jobs will be done by robots. The disadvantage is that many jobs will probably disappear. For example, soon we'll probably have driverless taxis, and as a result, there won't be any more need for human taxi drivers. All right, moving on. The second important trend I want to mention is the growth of the freelance economy. I'm talking about millions of people who work independently on different projects instead of working for one company or one employer. In 2015, 53 million Americans worked as freelancers, and I predict that number will definitely continue to grow in the future. The main advantage of working as a freelancer is the flexibility. You can choose your projects, your boss, and your work hours. Many nurses are freelancers, for example, as well as writers, graphic designers, truck drivers, and hundreds of other professions. One disadvantage, however, will be the loss of security and benefits like health insurance. In the future, many workers will probably need to pay for these things themselves. Now, a huge number of these freelancers, as well as other workers, are most likely going to work from home. In other words, they are going to telecommute. This trend has huge benefits, both for employers and for workers. For employers, well, if people are working from home, offices can be smaller, and this will save companies a lot of money. Workers can also save money as well as time because they won't need to travel to an office. But there is a big disadvantage for workers. It's hard to separate your work life and your personal life if you live and work in the same place. So, in conclusion, I've presented 3 of the most important trends that are going to change the way people work in the future. Now, let's look at this slide where we can see a list of a few more changes we can expect in the next 10 to 20 years.